Welcome to your 2017 and 2018 enrollment information. Our purpose is to provide information to assist you in selecting appropriate courses for your 10th grade school year. The counselor assignments, we break up by alphabet by your last name. A through DA is Mrs. Smith. If your last name is DE through HOLL, you have Mrs. Grimshaw. HOLT to ME, you have Mr. Wunderlich. MI through SCHO is Mrs. Raymond. SCHR through Z is Mrs. Kearney. As you know, Mr. Buckman is our college counselor. Mr. Kirby, you would see him for any testing or A+ questions. And then Mrs. Witkowski is our registrar if you have any updates to Infinite Campus. To be a sophomore, students must earn 6 credits before the first day of the 2017-2018 school year. Students who do not have 6 credits at the start of next school year will be a freshman for the entire year. You will want to meet with your counselor individually to discuss a plan. Eligibility. Students must earn 3.0 credits each semester to be eligible for sports and activities the following semester. Students must be enrolled in 3 credits each semester they are participating in sports and activities. If you have any questions regarding eligibility, be sure to see your counselor. Okay, things to consider. So on page 17, you will see the high school graduation requirements. Remember, you need 4 years of language arts, 3 years of social studies, 3 years of math, 3 years of science, 1 credit of fine art, which would be 2 semester classes, 1 credit of career and technical education, a half a credit of PFW, a half a credit of a PE elective, half a credit of health education, personal finance, and you can work with your counselor in which department you should take your personal finance class, and then the rest of your credits will be electives. All right, on page 27, you will see the college admission requirements. On the left, that first column is the requirements for your high school diploma. To the right of that are the requirements to get into a community college or even a technical school. The next 2 columns are your requirements to get into most colleges and universities. And to the right of that, the last column are requirements to get into the highly selective schools. On page 32, you will note the requirements for the A+ program. You will want to see Mr. Kirby to get more information about that. All right, in your course description guide, you have a yellow sheet. This is your practice worksheet. I reiterate, this is for practice only. Use it to jot down your ideas as a guide for when you input your selections into the computer. And note, make sure that you write both semesters of the course you want to register for online. If it's a year-long course, you should have 2 separate numbers for that class.
10th grade language arts can be located on page 36 through 47. There are 3 options for language arts in 10th grade: regular language arts, honors, 10th grade language arts, and ALARP 2. If you are currently in ALARP 1, you can go ahead and register or sign up for ALARP 2. If you are interested in taking ALARP 2 and have not taken ALARP 1, please discuss it with your current language arts teacher. Social studies is located on page 65. There are 3 options for 10th grade social studies: world history, weighted grade AP world history, and weighted grade AP European history. AP World History and AP European History do have a little bit more rigor to them, so keep that in mind that the reading expectations and workload could be a little bit heavier in those 2 courses. Math can be located on page 74. There are several options for math for 10th graders. First is algebraic geometry. This is not a course that can be selected. You will be put in that course or recommended for that course by your algebra teacher at the conclusion of freshman year. The teacher will contact parents to discuss this option. Geometry and honors geometry, algebra 2, honors algebra 2, and pre-calculus. Algebra 2 can be taken if the student took honors geometry or regular geometry as a freshman. The same is true with honors algebra 2. Pre-calculus can be taken if the student took honors algebra 2 as a freshman. There is a new course potentially offered next year for sophomores. The course is titled AMPed, Algebra, Manufacturing, Processing, Engineering, and Design. It will encompass geometry and construction, allowing students to get more of a real-world feel while merging that with their geometry class. Right now, the class is pending board approval, and we will have more information going forward. If you are interested in this class, please sign up using MACO17S and MACO18S.
The next course that we're going to start with is our science courses. Those can be found on page 82. Some choices for sophomores are physical science, chemistry, and honors chemistry. You do have the ability, if there is room permitting in your schedule, to take 2 science courses. World language can be found on page 53. We have 6 choices for world language: ancient Greek, Latin, French, German, Spanish, and American Sign Language. Most of you have already started on your world language courses, so this may be the second year for you. Remember that most colleges require 2 years of a world language, and that world language, those 2 years need to be the same world language. For instance, Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 will cover most college requirements. Some other requirements. Our first one is our fine arts. Those can be found on page 92 to 108. We have art, theater arts, and music. There are lots of options in those categories for you to meet your fine arts requirement. Our career and technical education can be found on page 109 to 137. That was formerly known as the Practical Arts Department. Some of those courses that can be found in the Career and Technical Education Department are as follows: computer science, family and consumer science, business education, journalism, tech ed, and project lead the way. That would be our pre-engineering or our biomedical sciences. All right, our next category is our personal finance. There are lots of ways that you can meet this personal finance requirement. One way is through the FACS department, and that course is called Personal Finance. The next way is through the business department, and that is called Personal Finance in Business. The third way is through our Social Studies department. You can take the semester-long class, which is called Economics and Personal Finance, or you can take the full-year class, which is the AP Economics. That course is only for juniors and seniors, and it must be taken the entire year in order for you to meet the personal finance requirement. Our next section is physical education and health. In order to meet that graduation requirement, you need to have your personal fitness wellness course, a health education course, and another physical education course. Some examples of that would be beginning strength, a team sports class, aerobics, and many other courses that you can find in your course description guidebook. The next thing is driver's education. That can be found on page 145. I do want everyone to know that for next school year, in order for you to take 2 physical education courses in one semester, you must have the physical education department chair's approval.
Summer Academy applications will be available in the guidance office in late February or early March. When the applications come in, we will make sure to put it in the announcements so you know to stop by and pick one up. Core classes offered in Summer Academy are for credit recovery only. Therefore, you have to have failed a class during the school year in order to take that class during the summer. Summer Academy is held during the month of June. The dates for this year are June 5th through June 30th, 2017. You have to attend every day. There is an attendance requirement, and if you miss more, I believe it's 2 days, of summer school, you will not get the credit. Last year's class selections included credit recovery classes, personal fitness and wellness, and art fundamentals. Online registration for students begins January 20th at 7 a.m. and ends January 30th at 4 p.m. You are responsible for putting in your course selections. When you are picking your course selections, make sure you pay attention to whether you are picking blocked classes or standard classes. You can sign up for your preference of courses, but that does not guarantee that you will have that format. Students lacking internet access at home may enter course selections on the computers in the EHS library, or if you have time during class, you can use the computers in the classroom. On this slide, you will see a picture of the 10th grade practice course enrollment worksheet. This is a practice sheet, so you do not have to fill it out. It's just meant as a guide for you to use when you're selecting courses. Remember that year-long courses are written twice, so if you sign up to take 10th grade language arts, you will write down both semesters, semester A and semester B of that course. For example, semester A for 10th grade language arts would be written LA 027, and then you would pick your format, standard or blocked. Semester B would be written LA 028, and you would pick your format, standard or blocked. Under the Requested Courses heading on this worksheet, you will see Language Arts, World History, Math, and Science written twice. This is so you remember to write both semesters of the year-long course when you are enrolling. For sophomores, required courses are 2 semesters of Language Arts, 2 semesters of World History, 2 semesters of Science, and 2 semesters of Math. Once you have picked those courses, the remaining 6 blanks can be filled with a year-long class, which would cover 2 blanks, or a semester course, which is 1 blank. Finally, after you have picked your 14 courses to enroll in, you will select alternates. Alternate courses should be semester-long courses only. Please do not list a year-long course as one of your alternates. On the back of this sheet, which is the yellow sheet in your course description guide booklet, you will find required 10th grade courses. Of course, you will need to check the course description guide for the prerequisites. However, these are common courses that sophomores take when they sign up. Again, at the bottom, students interested in taking the AMP Ed course will sign up for geometry and construction. There are many elective courses for 10th graders, so please consult your course description guide booklet. Once you have picked your courses for this school year, the online course registration instructions are what you will follow to enter them in Infinite Campus. This is a purple sheet coming home with you. It's in your course description guide booklet. The courses that you have listed once you've entered them in Infinite Campus will look like this. You will have your student name at the top with your student number as well as your grade, the courses that you have requested, your alternate courses, and then we ask that you have your parent or guardian sign the bottom showing that they approve the courses that you have selected. This is your request summary page. It needs to be filled out completely and signed by a parent or guardian, and then returned to your math teacher on or before January 31st, 2017. If you do not have a math teacher, you can turn these courses into the guidance office.
Senior year students are able to apply to earn an honor cord to wear at graduation. If you are interested in researching the requirements, speak with the teacher in the area you are interested in earning the cord. There is a link, Honor Cord Criteria. Click on this link and you can find out more information. Now, we have some considerations. Just reminders, remember, choose the proper courses. There are college requirements. Graduating from high school is a different requirement than going to college. Check it. That you have met the prerequisites to get into the class you want to take. Get your teacher input. They've had you all semester and probably can give you some pretty good feedback as to what class you should take next year. A full year course says 1 unit all year in the description guide. If you sign up for a full year course, you need to stay in that class the full year, August through May. Then there's also semester courses, and they say half a unit. Those would, of course, only last 1 semester. We need alternate courses to put down. And we also wanted to ask you to not put down study halls. Do not sign up for a study hall. This is because if you already have a study hall, you have no flexibility as far as dropping a class once you get into it the next year. So do not sign up for study halls. And then we do have the A+ program here, and there are certain requirements to be in the A+ program. Mr. Kirby is in charge of A+, and you would need to speak with him to find out how you go about that. Here's some reminders. Enroll in at least 14 classes. That means 7 each semester. Year-long classes count as 2 of the 14 total. There is a parent signature required. The schedule change deadline is May 25th of next year, 2017. And schedules are computer generated. So obviously you don't get to pick the order, and you don't pick teachers, and you actually aren't always guaranteed of formats. Return your signed course request to your math teacher by January 31st. If you don't have a math teacher, return the signed course request to the guidance office. Do not come in to make an appointment with the counselor during this process. The reason for that is you already have an appointment. Every student has an appointment individually with your counselor in February. So you research it, consider the requirements, consider wherever you think is your best choice for classes. Parents sign it, you turn it in. Then, in February, we will call you out of your science class individually. We will meet with you, and we will discuss all of your options and the classes you have chosen. This PowerPoint will be available at the website. You need to click on it, and you can see the whole presentation again. On January 20th, the portal opens at 7 a.m., and on January 30th, the portal closes at 4 p.m. But don't wait until the last minute. In the past years, sometimes actually it has crashed because everybody waits till the last minute. You forgot your password? Email the portal help at rsdmo.org. This is about registration. You must get online to sign up for classes. Of course, the sooner the better. If you do not sign up for classes online, your counselor will be picking all of your classes for you. To review this presentation, please log on to the Eureka High School Guidance Office webpage. Click on Enrollments and then select 10th grade enrollment video. There are also select departmental videos that you can watch to gain more information about elective courses. You do not have to make an appointment to meet with your counselor. You will be called in during one of your science classes during the month of February. Thank you for your attention to this presentation, and we'll see you at your appointment in February.